It's driving me nuts.
Kristen is pissed off at me.
Bye-bye, ugly 80s panel. We made a pretty annoying mistake. I wish we could go back in time, but we cannot go back in time. What's up, guys? On the last episode, we sent in our asbestos samples, and I do believe we should be getting in the results here soon. But for the beginning of this video, we are going to start making a huge transformation. We're heading into the entryway. Let's see what we can demolish today.
Right, as you see, we have our ugly entryway that I have to tear apart. I have to get this old wood paneling off. I'm 99% sure that doesn't have that much asbestos in it, so I'm safe to do so until I get my results back. Then I'm gonna knock up this tile. Back in the day, they put the tile down a little bit harder. The grout, I think, was more higher quality, so that could be a little bit harder to get up. But either way, I got the tools and I'm ready to rip it. And as you can see here in the kitchen, I got the same rough tile. Looks like there's some 1x1 tiles in the laundry room that might be a little bit easier to get up, but these dragons are tough, just like a dragon.
Scales.
Yeah, these are the dragon scales, and they're tough just like a dragon scale. So I think that this is gonna be rough, but luckily my dog Uncle Joseph came through with the chippy and the pry bar, so it's coming up. We're getting this out of here today.
Have you ever used one of these before?
I used a chippy, yeah. Me and my boy Drew had to chip out when I was like 20 years old. We poured a whole spa wrong, and we had to chip out like an entire spa bench. It was a disaster. It took us like 3 days. It was brutal. But yeah, these are pretty common in the trades. Then I also have this tool. That might be a little loud for the baby at the moment. She's sleeping, so I watched her on the monitor and she did a little flinch when I was kicking that bad boy. So I think I'll hit the breaker bar and then I'll just pry up a mortar maybe with that.
So we just bought a house, which is exciting, but suddenly you're like, wait, what about the water? Once you own the place, everything matters so much more. Before installing anything in our new house, we want to live with a system first. This is the WaterDrop X12 that's been installed at my parents' house. We've been testing it out. One thing we didn't think about before buying a home is what's actually in tap water, especially PFAS, those forever chemicals you hear about in the news. PFAS, including PFOA and PFOS, are man-made chemicals that barely break down and can build up in your body over time. Long-term exposure has been linked to immune system effects, liver damage, and increased cancer risk, with children and pregnant women being most vulnerable. So for us, filtration was non-negotiable. We live in Florida, so when you look at the PFAS map, There are military sites in many areas testing above proposed limits. I link the website below so you can check levels in your own area. What made us lean towards the X12 is that it's powerful yet not annoying to live with. The WaterDrop X Series RO system reduces PFOA and PFOS by over 98%. Its 11-stage filtration also reduces heavy metals and other harmful substances. The water pressure is fast, it's quiet, and honestly the taste difference is huge thanks to the remineralizing function. Maintenance is simple, you just plug filters in and out, no plumber needed. Watching my parents use this every day made me realize it's not just about clean water, it's about upgrading your whole kitchen experience. So when we install a new system in our house, this is the system we're leaning towards. I'll link the WaterDrop X12 down below if you want to check it out. All right, now that you used the tools and you've seen what's happening, what do you think is the best tool to use here?
Just banging it out with the pry bar seems to get the most done at the fastest speed. And then I'll have to come back with that wider blade, and I think I should be able to get the grout up pretty easily. That blade is a little bit wide. I think I can get a different blade, maybe a little bit smaller without that addition on there, and then it might bust through it a little bit easier, get a little more pop in there. So
it's gonna take a while though, and realistically, how much can you do at a time without you needing a rest? That seems like a lot of effort.
Well, I'd like to hit it hard for an hour, see how much I get, and then I'll be able to have my hourly time. Some places will be harder and some places will be easier, as it is often in life. But yeah, it's just gonna be banging it up till it gets up.
We made a pretty annoying mistake. I wish we could go back in time, but we cannot go back in time. We thought that ripping a tile wasn't going to be, like, we knew it was gonna be a mess on the floor, but we didn't realize how much dust was gonna go everywhere. It's pretty much coated the entire kitchen, and we didn't cover anything, we didn't clean anything, so now.
I did say we should put some plastic over the kitchen, but we got ahead of ourselves and we just didn't do it.
Wait, what? You never did.
I said multiple times we should put some plastic over the kitchen.
Then why didn't you do it?
Just because you were like,
That did not happen. That did not happen, guys, else we would have done it.
I mean, I didn't stomp my foot down. y'all, so this demo's going legit. I got almost all my tile done up. I ruined the entire house with the dust, and Kristen is pissed off at me. But I got my dumpster here now. He's gonna roll it off, and then the real work can begin, and I can start shining up this turd.
After our miscommunication about the plastic wrap, I'm gonna just say it was a miscommunication. Got it all cleaned up for the most part. The floor is looking rough. The grout that's left on there is kind of chunky. We think we might do tile back in that area, so we're not too worried about it, but what happened? You tried to get it
The
up?
thin set is harder than the concrete, so it's difficult to chip it off. It's bonded really, really well. So what was happening was I was gouging the actual foundation. So I said, you know what? I think I'm just gonna stop for a second, let this sit as it goes for now. If it's gonna get tile, it's gonna help. I can just build right on top of it anyway. I just knocked down the high spots. But yeah, it was getting a little bit crazy. So I said, I gotta sit back and wait on that. But all the tiles up in the kitchen, and you know, it's pretty much good to go. And from running that jackhammer, my arm got so jacked from pumped from running it, ripping it the whole time, that my watch was like super tight yesterday and almost blew my watch band off. And Kristen was like, dang bro, you're looking jacked.
I never said that.
You said it with your eyes though.
Anyways, I'm gonna make some anyways merch if anyone's interested.
Anyways, ...
Anyways, we still have the entryway to do, but we're gonna learn from our mistakes and we are going to put that plastic wrap up. We also got the dumpster, as you've seen, and it's time to fill that thing up. We got a week with the dumpster and the garage is exploding with garbage.
Yeah, I'm excited about this. This is probably the most excited I've been since we purchased the house, because I only get one room and it's the garage dungeon that I get banished to. And it's been full of debris. So I'm hyped to get that thrown away. And you know what? I gotta take the stupid shelves to your sister. So you know, Missy, if you're watching this, and I know you are, you better appreciate these bookshelves.
Get my wedding dress out of there. That's not going in the dumpster, big dog. All right, everyone. Something new has happened. We have a debate. It's not really new on our channel. We always debate. We're in the entryway. It's time to start deconstructing this. It's time to take off these old 80s panels, and I think it's just an overlay over drywall.
She thinks that these wood panels, you're gonna pop those off and it's gonna be nice drywall behind. I said it could just be studs behind that. So if we don't want to tear up this tile and blow all that dust behind studs, we'd want to leave these walls up. And she says, no, let's take them down first. So I said, okie doke, let's peel one off and see what it is before we do it. Because she has agreed, if it is studs, we don't want to blow all that dust in behind the walls.
So I'm gonna win this debate. I'm gonna win it. You're gonna use your hands, not a tool?
I think the best thing to do is just pop off this little piece of trim.
Oh,
And
okay.
be able to see what we're working with.
Okay. What does it look like, Matt?
Looks like you might
Does
be
it
right.
look like your wife, the smartest person you know, is right, as always?
Looks like you might be right. But we don't know just yet.
When it comes to aesthetics, Matt, you probably should always listen to me. Wait, what's behind there? I hate to say it, but it looks like I'm right. It's just an overlay. All right, so suck it.
But maybe for this, it's
No.
not an overlay. I gotta see now.
It sucks when I'm always right, you know?
She was right, guys. Oh, why? Is that gonna wake up the baby?
I don't know. Just do it. Bye-bye, ugly 80s panel. Whoa, I didn't know you had one of those.
Yeah, I got some cool tools.
Ooh, I think we should keep that gold, boy. That's gold. It's looking good. Time that up.
See, I'm gonna hate it if I don't.
Now that we got the wall paneling off, we are going to be smart and we are putting up plastic. We're going to try to enclose that entryway in, tape the plastic to the ceiling, and then have a whole, what would you say it's called, Matt?
Enclosure?
Enclosed space. So when Matt rips up the tile, it all stays in and we don't have a giant mess out here. So let's try it. Also, shout out to Uncle Joseph. He let us use some of his tools so Matt doesn't have to use his janky ladder today.
Uncle Joseph came through with the big ladder.
This should help out. All right, this is a really tall ladder.
It is. It's 12 feet tall. Luckily, we got 9 by 12 foot pieces of plastic. Might have to help me out at the bottom.
Is it sticking to the ceiling?
Not really.
Uh-oh.
So it wasn't sticking at first, but we ran a bigger piece of tape And it seems like it might work. I think if we get a big gust of wind coming through that door, it might blow it down, but I think when all the tape is on it, it should hold up quite nicely.
The wasps are coming in.
I know, I saw that earlier too.
What do you think?
Well, so far she's holding. Headache.
You're trusting that wall. It seems dangerous.
I trusted these walls with my life savings. I'll trust them with my body. I trusted these walls.
Need another piece of plastic?
We will need one for this side.
Oh my gosh, your phone was right in my face and I was not looking. Okay, I got it unwrapped. Whoa, that ladder is dangerous, Matthew, stop. This is gonna work out. I'm feeling good about it. Feeling good, feeling great. Bruh, how much tape are you gonna use there?
All of it.
It's getting real serious in here, real serious.
All right, I got my safety gear because I need my respirator and my glasses and my ear noise blockers. Plugs, I think is what they're called, because it could be a fun day and I could take my little sweet baby to the beach, but instead I'm gonna enter a dusty hellscape of all hell. But we got it taped up. I think it's gonna work a lot better. It should control everything. If it doesn't, we'll have to go to plan C. We don't know what plan C is yet, but if this doesn't work, we'll have to figure it out. I got a little bit of taping up left to do on the door to the hallway that we live in and make sure that no dust gets into there. And then I'll be ripping and riding on this tile, getting it knocked down.
Are your filters clean enough? Oh, dust just came out.
Oh, I'll play the plan. Okay, so I knocked out this entryway. It was a lot easier, I think, because it was like, you know, a quarter of the size perhaps. But these tiles, these are old Italian tiles from back in the day, and they were made in Italy. They have these humps, these little bumps here that actually sink down into the mortar. So these things were a nightmare to get up. These dragon scales are as tough as I thought they would be, and they ripped me the entire time. Okay, so now that I'm 90% finished in here, probably 99% finished in here, I'm going to now tear my plastic down because I know that there's dust sitting on top and there's dust completely coating all of the plastic. Somebody said, my buddy said that you can mist it down and it will grab a good amount of the dust and make it go to the ground, and the air will be a little bit moist for when all that dust does plume. It'll grab and fall where it's at instead of going all over and landing on the counters and doing all that crazy stuff. So when you're done, come in, give it a good mist, and it'll keep a lot of that plastic down, or it'll keep a lot of that dust down for your plastic if you can keep the humidity high. Now they do have these misters, humidifiers that are professional, but obviously, as you know, here at GBU we stay on a strict budget, so Kristen just said get an old squirt bottle of Windex and some water, little boy. See that worked beautifully? No dust plumes with the squirter.
All right, guys. Unfortunately, we didn't get our results in yet, so that's gonna have to be the next video. I know it's getting annoying. I wanna know too. It's driving me nuts because obviously we've been having different plumes of dust, so it's gonna be awfully scary if it comes back with high percentage, and then it could be in a lot of other things. But thinking positively, not negatively, I think it's all gonna be okay in the end. So next week, fingers crossed, we should have the results, and then we're gonna keep moving forward with the demo. We have so much more to demo. We have this whole middle wall that we gotta take out, so that will be coming up. But we got rid of the tile, we got rid of the carpet, things are moving along. The upper cabinets are gone. We're speeding right along.
Yeah, I mean, we're ripping it. A little more of the demo, we're still having to figure out exactly how the ceiling is going to go down. So, you know, that's going to be a daunting task as well. With all the dust that came just from knocking up the tile, I think when we do the ceiling,
We're gonna have to move out.
it's going to be an Airbnb situation, I would think,
Yeah.
unless we get a Festool with like crazy HEPA filters or something like that. So it ain't easy. It ain't easy out here, but
Yeah,
we're
living
surviving.
in your house and DIY renovating it is
I mean,
not
to
easy.
to a normal person, it'd probably be very difficult, but when you lived in a 30-foot boat for 7 years that you redid, and then you lived in a little tiny trailer off grid, this is still like a paradise, I feel like, because only one half of the house is dusty. So I said we should put the whole kitchen outside since we're demoing anyway. I said, let's put it under our porch so that that just stays outside fresh and clean. Kristen said, F that, boy.
That's not how the conversation
Wipe the dust
went.
down.
Clearly, as you can
Daily.
see in this video, guys, we are, you know, bumping heads. Is that it? Butting or bumping?
Bumping heads?
Butting
Butting heads? I don't know. Butting heads, I think.
You know, I guess I think we're on like episode 2 of that. So
Well, you say butting heads and I'll just say bumping heads so we can bump butt heads over that as well. But yeah, no, it's really brutal. But as a man and a woman, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. I see it my way, she sees it her way, and you know, she was right about the wood paneling on the drywall. And that one win will lead to now she's right about everything from here on out, and we'll just have to do it
it sucks
your
to be
way.
a sore loser, doesn't it? Anyways, guys, make sure you subscribe, put a comment down below, and we will see you guys next
And then make sure when the new video comes also, when I'm tearing out that whole wall, make sure to remind me. Good thing you got that wood paneling off, Matt, of that wall with the drywall before you tore the entire thing down. Remind me of that.
Bye, guys. See you next week.